Previously on OATHSWORN.
We've been on the run for months, fighting for our lives. We've fought many battles and lost many of our number, but we are still here.
Once there are 15 tokens in the pool, the Legion survives, the enemy army freezes over, and its commanders fall back.
Do you want a devil's bargain?
I mean, I'll hear one.
Kaio won't make it back to Skydagger.
I should probably take a shot at Azar and finish him off, right? She doesn't give a fuck at this point.
You feel this pain on the back of your chosen eye. It's as if it's on fire.
The tear in the skies overhead begins to rip open. The Legion looks up in terror. The end times are truly upon you. I'm not really sure there's anybody amongst the Legion that would stand up here to try to keep everybody existentially on lock.
I could see Nikolaj doing something here.
We know the sky opens now. What comes next is unknown. We choose. We decide here.
So I think I'm still going to roll because I don't think that one of the advantages works here. Hope that's okay.
Yeah.
Nope, that's why we're narrating that
Cool.
way, I think.
So.
We got... how much?
32.
32.
Okay.
3.
Nikolaj will get rid of one of those,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
3. Nikolaj gets rid of 1.
Yeah.
I kind of want to spend another lance here.
Do you?
I agree.
How does Lance bolster everyone's spirits?
I think once he hears Nikolaj say that, he kind of like perks up a little bit like, hey, Nikolaj, my boy, like, what the fuck? Like, I've never seen this sort of confidence from you before. Like that's his internal monologue. And he's like, oh, hell yeah. And then he remembers the like conversation with Freedom about like, hey, like, we're going to be fucking survivors. I don't give a shit. Like, this is our world. We're going to keep it. We're going to defend it, and we're going to die on it if we have to. We're not going to accept this, like, you know, fantasy of a new world. And I think he starts kind of carrying on that speech into like a battlefield speech where he's like kind of not quite saying God is dead, but saying that like, we are survivors.
It doesn't matter. We're here.
Yeah, exactly.
We're here right now.
Yeah. And he's sort of echoing the like resolution of that freedom conversation to everybody.
Yeah. There's like, well, you just felt God too.
Yeah.
Like the Lord of Sog was here for a moment.
Awesome. Good deal.
Excellent. Okay.
Gavin, draw a card.
Okay. 8 of Hearts.
A lot of hearts.
Watch the kids. A squad of rookies is caught by surprise, unprepared for what they face. Someone intercedes to save them. Or, custom made, someone has something special, something crafted just for them that comes in handy right at this moment. The end draws near.
Oh, I got a pitch for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's people in the tunnels to like make sure, you know, stuff doesn't come up out of them. And like, I don't know, they get lost in some of those tunnels and just end up in water. They're like, oh, that's bad. I don't know if like something starts to break through
Sure.
those places that we caved in.
Roots go underground.
Oh, right. I forgot roots. Yeah, so just like roots start to like break through that, and it's bad, and they're not okay with that because they're coming from everywhere. And then there's just like, like maybe the Leviathan's just like for my homie and just helps out. We can use the tunnel sealed.
The Leviathan starts devouring these root monsters.
Just eats them up like spaghetti.
I love that. I think that's very good.
Yeah, that rules.
The all according to plan, says Ruin, as the Leviathan gets more and more corrupted with
Yum,
each.
yum. Love it. Cross it out.
That makes a pitch at least. You don't have to use it as your card.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Baller. One more for the Legion
Yes.
Endures.
Tick it up. 7 to
7.
15. Chris, it is your card.
Oh, okay. Be nice. Hey! That's a 2!
That's a 2.
It did it. It'd be nice. Okay. That's the 2 of diamonds. Oh! 'Tis the season, because it's winter. Something, a remembered holiday, a grim joke, a heartfelt embrace, restores your spirits. A specialist may refresh one of their spent actions.
Whoa, that's huge.
Hell yeah. Love that for us.
What happens?
Have we drawn 3
Cool.
2s and 1 king?
I think only 2 2s. I think this is the second 2. Oh no, it's the third 2. You're right.
Hey, Chris, I thought you could count really good.
I can count ones. I can only count ones.
Right.
This is a 2. That's fully out of my wheelhouse. Now if you start telling me that it's 2 1s, that's a different conversation.
Sure.
Yeah, what's a holiday grim joke, heartfelt embrace? What's fun?
Asking the wrong group.
Yeah, I'm like wrong game for that. We've had some laughs. We've had some jokes.
I have a pitch.
You go for it, Matthew.
Sure, love a pitch.
Waloot has becoming increasingly starified.
Bright blue.
Right.
Yep.
What if after the snap and the scream from Waloot, we see that drain a bit, and Waloot regains her original eyes?
Oh.
It's not nice, but the loss of her friends was enough to sort of snap her back, pull her back a bit from the edge.
Yevon? Cool. Yeah, because I was hoping to take one off of either Lance Waloot or Nikolaj because they were all at 2. But yeah, lovely. Well, not lovely, but...
Not even bittersweet. What's the opposite of bittersweet? Sweet bitter.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, that's it. That's exactly it.
Narrative umami.
Narrative umami.
All right, that's me.
All right, Matthew.
Okay. Let's see here. Wow.
Wow.
Keep doing that.
Cheating
Yes.
Matthew.
I've actually hacked every bot that we've been using.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. Jeez. So we just drew the Ace of Spades. Their forces dwindle. The seemingly endless tide begins to run dry. The Legion endures. Tick the little token thingy. Describe what sudden absence or weakness reveals the enemy's declining numbers.
Does the sky getting torn open somehow affect them too?
That's fun.
So the sky getting torn open, is that some sort of gross, gory, the body is getting ripped apart? Or is this blue sky cracks? There's
white.
It is radiant. It is radiant white light on the other side of it.
Okay, but no, I'm asking is this
Visually.
Earth sky getting cracked open, or is this the body of the god, the dead god?
I think
It's the body.
It's the body, but I do think it has almost an inorganic vibe, like glass breaking.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we talked about how something was happening at the horizon, right?
Absolutely.
How things were being pulled up in a strange way.
It was less that it was pulled up, but more that the sky and the ocean were becoming a singularity. At the horizon.
Right. But it was also, what I meant by pulled up was that there was less and less distance, right?
Yeah.
Things were
it's like it's
closer.
being rolled up.
Exactly. So I think this isn't even here, right? There are never forces across the continent, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think we see them now, right? I think we flash to the edges. We see what remains of Ashling's, like, fishing village or whatever. Whaling village, I guess is the better term there, right? We see the Tailos up in the mountains, or the remains of their homes, at least.
You see Coyote Beak's family.
Maybe.
Battered with bandages, but still fighting.
And then there's a light. And it's bright. Too bright. And the sound of the rhythmic thumping of the Never at the door stops. And that's all we see.
Awesome. Devin, your card.
Alrighty. There's a king. King
there
of
we
clubs.
go. About time.
Got him. Oh, and it's the clubs one too.
This place shall be our tomb. Set this king aside. This is the fourth king you set aside from the deck. The game is over. The fortress defenses crumble around you. Otherwise, the end draws near. What position do you fall back to? Where do you make your stand? So the forces are dwindling, but they're getting like more aggressive, like animals backed into a corner.
I don't think they're dwindling here. I think that was like a distraction for the Broken and for far beyond the Cinder King. Just to be explicit there, right?
Yeah.
There was a moment of pause because something is happening that they didn't expect.
Right.
Yeah, like that had to have been, Whisper staring up at the sky like, finally I'll see through, right? Because they wanted the fuck out.
Do we see the Cinder King? Do we see like the center of the army kind of?
Oh yeah,
coming up the mountain.
There's like the pause from like the star like distracting the Never and everything, and then there's the shriek of the tongue of the dead god on the horizon.
Yeah. We hear the shriek and we see the Inquisitors, its agents throughout Zel-Sha'el, all like looking up in fear and despair as they all hear it at the same time.
Yeah, and that snaps them back into focus and maybe regroups them in an overwhelming way.
Cool.
The question does say, what position do you fall back to? Where do you make your stand? Just because I was trying to imply that like the situation is just getting more and more dire. Like the strongest of their forces are here, and we're having to fall back.
Totally. But of course, you can use an advantage and cancel that out if you're so inclined.
Oh, true.
Yeah. The end draws near.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a pretty natural one, I think. We reinforce the gates.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, do we just like get everybody on the other side of the walls? Just like call for a mass retreat and try to bolster the walls?
Maybe. Or maybe it could be as simple as like, no, we've done our jobs. We succeeded with flying colors. The keep threatens to crash down, but no, we have done the work. Mal has crafted material such that...
Okay, yeah, so we don't have to fall back because we're canceling
Exactly.
the effect of the card. Cool, that makes sense.
100%. Yeah.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that's another one on
We see, what squad was that? Was that the Silver Stags?
Silver
Yeah,
Stags.
we see the Silver Stags just like nailing more fucking shit up, finding more weird furniture to stack.
The Legion does two things. We kill Never, we complete long-term projects.
And we're all out of long-term projects.
Asterisk.
Asterisk. Okay.
That's an advantage to tick up the 9 out of 15.
Yep, I did.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts.
Oh.
But the future refused to change. You are, after all, only human. A Legionnaire's fatal flaw, trauma, or blight somehow leads them into harm's way. Kill a specialist or soldier, then the end draws near.
Holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't read the prompts.
Well, this is Obeek here,
Oh no!
obviously.
Stubborn little motherfucker.
I think Mustang calls Kaio over to where Obeek is, who's practically purple at this point. And just like very limply holding his hand out for Kaio to take. I think he's too weak at this point to speak.
He's probably trying, though.
Oh yeah, his mouth is moving very slightly.
Yeah.
It's not enough to read lips. His last words are not going to be heard. But
No, I think Kaio goes over, like takes his hand with one hand, sort of like holds his face with the other, and just sort of like turns his head to face them, because he can't really at this point, and just like looks at him and says, just rest. We got this.
and he's trying to keep his eyes open.
And Kyle, like, whatever blanket there is, puts it over him, like, just take a nap, buddy. Think of it as that. Like, they know it's fine. But it's just like, you've earned it.
And then he doesn't have to try anymore.
And then there's a shout. The battle rages on, and the siege weapons are needed.
You're rolling dice about it?
I think I'm rolling dice about it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
It's more than I wanted.
That's expected.
Kaio can do a thing, right? Like,
What's Kaio do?
a shout comes out. It's like, oh, there's stuff, and Kaio's just like, yeah, okay, specialist mode. Like, I don't have to. I'll be sad about this later.
Right.
Just steals herself and then is back at it.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that takes it down to 27. Kris.
Oh God. Okay.
Or did we take up
Yeah,
As
take
well?
it up.
Oh yes. Whoops. 10.
5 more?
Okay, but now I've got the what's it? 4 of hearts. So much of the Legion. So much winter. Okay. Oh, okay. Great. 4 of hearts says, cracked. The calamity of it all causes someone to drop their guard, numb to everything happening around them. The end draws near. Or, hero complex. Someone thinks they're on a winning streak. They extend themselves too far, leaving a gap in the line. The end draws near. I really like the hero complex one. I really enjoy the hero complex one. Why is it Thar?
Thar can do no wrong.
Yeah, it's true, actually.
He got a big shows up and is the hero moment. He's not little Lance anymore. He's young Lance. Lance is old Thar. Like, everything's coming up Thar today.
This Thar imagined this moment for so long leading up to it, and it went exactly the way he thought that it would.
Buddy. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to roll some dice
Yeah.
about this. I don't see a not dice option. That's good. So 27. Oh, that's not enough.
It's fine.
We're okay. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too many.
I think we're...
There's 5 ones.
5-1.
But like,
I have a suggestion here for Devin and Gavin. Does Lance sacrifice himself for Thar here?
Hell no.
Oh, wow. It's like that.
Nah, because Lance's whole point when they argued at the Capitol was like, hey, we need to protect ourselves. Like, we can't be doing this hero shit.
Sure.
This is literally what he was yelling at him about.
Sure.
oh, and it's just happening again, right? Is like Lance telling hey, Thar, you're getting ahead of yourself there. And Thar's like, nah, I got this. And then something just like swipes him off a wall.
Fuck.
Or he like jumps in and Lance is like, I cannot get we can only watch. We can't risk.
Yeah, has to like hold back some rookies from like going to back up Thar. It's like, don't throw yourself at that. Nope. Oh, buddy. So there's Thar.
That was originally 5, is that right?
Good comeback though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was 5 to start.
So we're at 23.
I think I'm going to have Nabane take a thing here. If I don't want Thar showing up and then immediately dying is really grimdark, but it's not. It reads as more comedic, right?
It does.
I'm not interested in Thar just biting it here. I would rather Nabane take another wound.
Okay.
Totally.
So Nabane takes this instead of Thar? Or like Thar still jumps in and Nabane gets him out?
I think that is interesting that Thar jumps in, Lance says leave him, and Nabane jumps in.
Nabane is soft.
Oh.
And then Lance is like, well, we can't leave Nabane.
Oh,
right.
that's Nabane. We gotta save Nabane.
Yeah. Nabane hears Lance say this and gives him a look. We've never seen Nabane like stare daggers at someone before.
And Lance replies with a look that's like, we'll talk about this later.
Yes, dear. All right.
That's so good.
Extremely good. Okay, so it's still 23.
23. There was a 6 in there, so this goes up to 11 out of 15.
I think
4 more?
I think we're guaranteed to win now.
No.
We do have 3 advantages.
At any point, we could draw 3 kings in a row.
That's true. The next 3 cards could be
There's never a case where we're guaranteed to win.
Or, as a matter of fact, there are cards where you wouldn't have that are not bad, but where you wouldn't increment it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, that's true.
don't get comfortable.
Not a given. But like
Don't get Band of Blades. Don't get comfortable ever.
Yep.
Matthew, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Did I invoke irony?
Let's find out. Just the 4 of diamonds. 4 of diamonds says
Draw a king.
no. It says
Oh, I should have done that. That would have been
that
good.
would have been really good.
That would have been so mean.
for our diamonds, psych, it's the wrong number. It's a king.
Snow. It's piled in heaps, making it hard to move around, much less defend yourself from enemy attacks. The end draws near. Or ice. The ground is slick. Every step threatens to make the Legion slide or stumble as they fight for their lives. The end draws near. So I think what has happened here is that we have a group that is still at the walls and a group that isn't. Because we had Walut, who got sort of pulled out of the walls, right? We had...
Jumped out, yeah.
Jumped out, sorry, yeah. We had Thar, Nabane after him, and then probably some rookies that joined them. So it's basically like a small squad, right, outside the walls.
Yep.
And I think that once they like got a little bit of breathing room, fought some things off, they start moving back towards the gate. But there's a problem. There's all the snow that they dumped onto the path.
Absolutely.
Oh, and the melted and then refrozen
Exactly.
into black ice.
And so they're stumbling and falling, and the Never are close behind them.
Yeah.
Dear.
Yeah.
All that training and they didn't learn how to walk on ice.
I mean, when you're in a rush, you know.
Yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot of ice up to this point.
And there hasn't been running from your lives from Never on ice yet.
True.
I have a thought here, which is what if we use Chosen Funeraled?
Tell me about that.
So the way that we Chosen Funeraled, if you remember, was that Nabane and the other Kaimordi broke apart the body of the Chosen into a ton of reliquaries, right? And so I think that there's a moment where like the sort of Nabane Thar Walut squad is backed up against a snow bank, basically, and the Never are right on top of them. And then a like melted down molten mass of reliquaries is hucked from the walls at the Never.
They are pieces of the body of a chosen of the god of fire, so.
Yeah.
and they just burn.
Damn.
They're just shrieking and burning on the path up to the gate.
Wherever there is fire, so too is the god of flame.
Yeah.
I love that.
One more for the counter.
Totally.
That's 12.
Devin, you're up.
Okay. 10 of diamonds. The black wind howls. Wind shrieks through the night. It's hard to hear yourself think, much less hear your fellow legionnaires. The end draws near. Or, a black rain falls. It falls in sheets. It is impossible to see. It's hard to tell friend from foe. The end draws near. Is this the shriek of the tongue of the dead god?
Oh, absolutely. That's great.
There just becomes this like meteorological sound that is so loud that it's like sounds like static, like the world is emitting static.
Yeah, it just overtakes the song entirely.
Oh fuck.
People try to sing notes, and they wind up just coughing it out.
Or they're like their own throats filled with the same static.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything we could do about this one, y'all. Fuck.
We might just have to roll it, and it would make sense for you to do something here.
Maybe. Oh my god. Yep, I'm gonna get this rolling.
23
right.
dice.
Only two ones.
2 ones.
I like that 6, 6, 6, 6 in a row there. That's nice to look at.
Take up the
up the
counter
counter.
for those 6s.
Is this just a grin and bear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even think of anything narrative that could happen here. I think everybody's just going through it.
Yeah, I got like a sort of visual, which is that like, it's like everybody gets scared to say anything because they don't just want to make more of the terrible
Right.
noise. But like, we know that there's a sort of sign language used in the Legion because like Lark did, and so everyone's like, oh shit, that.
And everyone starts signing the way Lark would sign. Oh, that's good.
That training regimen came through in the end.
Except for Aoife, I think we see her at the tower, at the top of the tower, screaming back at the sky, trying to be louder than it. Just having a moment of not doing so well. I realized last night after we got off the call that I've turned Aoife into Asuka from Evangelion.
I can fix her.
Of all people who deserves to be fixed.
Woof. I'm just going to check the anime mention checkbox really quick.
I thought we already hit it earlier tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that whole Waloot thing was, like, everything Waloot's been doing has been a reference to some anime right now.
Right. I remember
Death from
Wolu in those episodes of Nichijou. Remember when Wolu got detention? That was too bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
4 of clubs. Death from above. Enemy projectiles are hurtling over the castle walls, wreaking havoc wherever they land. The end draws near. Or invaders. Up through the murder holes they come, slipping into your defenses and attacking whoever they discover.
I don't like the
No, murder hole,
you
I think
call
that's the
things
technical
that?
term.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I know they're real. I just like, why would you call a thing that? You're just
Does what it says.
That's what they're for. Yeah.
Yeah.
New hole just dropped.
Meurtrière.
Yeah, I think the Nero are like dropping rocks on the courtyard. Like, we're all inside these walls. We can't spread out or go down as much. So we're kind of sitting ducks with the Nero.
The Neros.
Neros.
Good thing Ashley's got a taste for chicken.
Rolling dice about it.
Thinking if I can. The Neros are ruins?
They are whispers.
They're whispers.
Yeah.
Wondering if I can whisper wounded about it.
Maybe.
How does Lance being a good kisser help us here?
Well, the Neros were seduced away from the Tailos' chosen by Chara. If Lance could charm them away from Whisper, I mean, it might be difficult to do as high up in the air as they are, but if anyone could do it, it'd be Luna Lance. Udet, throw me up there. I'm gonna have some words with those snakes.
That's not how that works.
This could be something where we just see a cutaway and we see Whisper, like eyes closed, surrounded by their witches, controlling the Narrows. And then there's like a twinge in their gut from the knife that's still in there. Right? We don't have to be there to use this advantage.
Sure.
Okay, I like that. I'm going to use it that way.
Cool.
And like the Neros twitch in the air for a second, and then there's a ballista shot from Kaio that takes one out.
You know, Lance sees Whisper from across the room and winks at them.
I think they're so far away. I think
Whisper's just been in the castle the whole time.
No, Whisper's looking through
Just
the
in a
eye of a
corner.
Nero.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Lance looks at the Nero, winks,
Neros.
Winks at it.
isn't sure, but
You gotta shoot your shot, says Lance.
Yeah.
It has the face of Lydia for just a second.
I
Enormous.
mean, I've heard that the Elden Rings people have a snake waifu, so
It's true. This is accurate.
What did that sentence just mean?
There's a snake.
one?
There's a girl who is a snake in Elden Ring, and she's very sweet, and she must be protected.
It has very bad posture.
Okay.
Chris is gonna murder me. It's just
Why?
the way you asked, what does that mean?
I'm just gonna draw a card.
I can't wait to see.
Oh, that's a jack. I don't like that. I don't feel good about that. Jack of Hearts. Two things happen. You can't be everywhere at once. A sudden distraction and an enemy attack come at the same time, and someone is caught disoriented. The end draws near, or someone steps up. There's a moment of weakness, of uncertainty, and of danger. Someone unexpected takes the lead and holds the line, and the end draws near. Whew. This is bad. A sudden distraction and an enemy attack. I kind of like the two things happening. Why not things? There's a sudden distraction and an enemy attack. Because, like, there's enemies everywhere. That could be so many different things. Maybe something weird happens with the sky as a distraction. Like, weird in a, like, okay, we knew it was being cracked open, but maybe it does something else weird.
the arbs are coming down.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Pulling you
Some,
close.
Reach the ground.
Yeah, like they've pulled it open enough. Like enough of the arms can reach through now. And they each reach down and grab Zel'Shael and start like trying to pull it up.
Pulling it up. Ah. Great.
That sounds distracting to me.
Love that. Deeply. And an enemy attack is happening, which, like...
All right, so we have that squad outside the gates, or people trying to like get them inside.
Yeah, maybe it's, like, trying to get them inside without, throwing open the gates and just letting in, like, a bunch of stuff. While also getting everybody to focus, don't focus on the sky and ground and the arms. Don't think about them. But that's really hard to do because, yeah, they they grab the ground and like yank it up a bit, and like any kind of footing anybody had, just like they fall down. Especially because, like, weren't they on ice? Like, that's even worse.
I think, to be clear, I think they're grabbing like chunks of the terrain that are many miles away, but you can still feel their reverberations.
Yeah, like you feel that ripple, like seismic activity, though.
What enemy strikes here
Okay.
as this is happening?
Ooh.
Is this where Draknor reemerges?
That's fun.
I like that.
Oh yeah, maybe they've caught up.
Draknor
They've made it all the way up out of the canyon.
only thinks about one thing, and it's fucking disgusting.
What?
Just bat it.
Have you heard that meme?
You know, Draknor just wants to, like, be in the walls again because it's like, we broke its library, we broke its lyceum, and it's just like, this will be my new home. Still has that instinct.
This would be a good place for a dragon to live.
So, like, it's trying to get inside the keep, like, less, you know, like, also probably to fuck us up, but also because it's like, no, this is my home now, and I'd like you to leave.
The little courtyard makes like a little dog bed.
Yeah, it's gonna do 3 circles, and then lie down. Let's see, Ruin Wounded. Because, like, I'm fine to roll dice about this. There's probably going to be a 6.
If we can keep
Hopefully.
it above 20, we are pretty much guaranteed a 6. 20 or higher, sorry, I should say, clearly.
But also, like, if we get a 6, we'll reach 15 on the Legion Endures thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this should be a dice roll.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. How many dice
21.
again? It's 21. 21d6. Let's go.
It's only 3.
There's 3 1s. But there's also some 6s in there.
What happens?
We see Aoife go in sicko mode, like Asuka at the end of Evangelion. Can I pitch you something, Devin? Kaio Aoife combo attack. Oh shit.
Does a huge ballista just like come through and just break the wall right in front of Draknor so Aoife has like a perfect shot at it? Because that's also like Kaio's not coming off that mountain.
Yeah. I had a really ridiculous anime idea, but like, what if like Aoife takes out one of her like black shot bullets and then like just kind of strikes it on the edge of a piece of star stuff in her pocket to like microdose Crimson Shot?
What if you wanted to be really Asuka about it, what if you pull out the Chosen Eye and load it up into your gun?
Oh my god.
We've already used reliquaries as weapons. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, that would have an effect, right?
Absolutely.
There's a flashback to Suleiman saying, like, can I see that eye for a second? Like, modifying it so that it fits in the gun.
I'm just like, what? That's fucking sick and I love it, but like, what would provoke that thought in the first place? Like, I'm gonna throw my eye in there.
It's been on fire ever since you got back.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
you're surrounded by the ghosts of the dead. As Aoife lines up the shot, we see like a dozen ghostly arms steadying the gun.
And just for like cool horror, I feel like the shadowy figures all have like eyes kind of amongst them, like a texture.
Yeah.
They like steady the gun. You're like, okay, I just need to wait for the perfect opening, and then a ballista crashes through the wall right in front of it. It's like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, and she shoots her eye right through the fucking skull of Draknor. We see her burning eye go through the back of its head and into the sky like a shooting star.
It collapses. The miserable, pathetic roar. You can't help but feel like it's glad to be released from this. And now there's this great big roadblock preventing things from getting in. You're able to get in, shut the gates. What are Kaio's thoughts seeing that Draknor is dead?
I think there's a sense of accomplishment. When it showed back up, they were like, damn it, okay, so I guess collapsing a bridge is not enough. All right. But it's good to see it go down and like, seeing that just like little streak, the like eye go through it, right? Like it's probably just like a little pinprick of light, and she's probably like, yeah, that was probably Aoife.
Is there
nice.
like what is it about this that Kaio had to give of themselves in order to make this happen? I
think there's like, a shot of Kaio sort of like seeing Draknor fall and being like, yes, good. Very glad to see that. And then like looks over their shoulder and all that's there is like, I think the pile of like bolts to fire out of this ballista is just empty. Like it's good that one worked because like they don't have more to fire. There's just Obeek and Kaio, and I think Kaio
and Mustang
and this other. Well, I'm wondering if Kaio sent Mustang and this other rookie like to try to get back to the keep, right? Like
Sure.
The weather is terrible. There's Neros chucking rocks all over the place. There's avalanches. Like Kaio tells them, we can hold it up here, and this is after Obeek has died. We can hold it up here. Get back to the keep. Get back to everybody. Get inside. Stay safe. And like if either of the rookies looks kind of like uncertain about leaving Kaio up here, Kaio, who is speaking as if Obeek is still alive, Kaio says, I'm from these mountains. I'm gonna stay in these mountains.
Me and Obeek can handle anything.
I'm your heavy. I am exactly where I need to be. Yeah.
This is where I want to be. Yeah.
I think in the same moment, Aoife falls to her knees, drops her gun. This probably was a different gun too, because her other gun fucking melted in the last mission. And I think in the sort of weird Iliander, like Vulcan mind meld empathy thing that she has, like kind of is like in a one-way communication with Kaio in this moment. It's very like kind of vague and mystical and weird, but I think she feels losing you, like her oldest friend in the Legion, and especially because she's in like fucking demigod mode as well, and I think
what if like some days later like Kaio shows up among the ghosts?
God.
I think that happens now, right?
Yeah.
That's what causes this.
Or the rest of the ghosts vanish, but there's Kaio.
Yeah.
You have fought for so long. You've studied these things. You've seen what they can do. You've seen what their weaknesses are. You've seen what it is that you have to do to survive in the face of these things. You've cut their legs out from under them. And all they can do is squirm in the dark and the cold. Inside Skydagger, you are armed and supplied and warm and alive. OATHSWORN is an actual play podcast created by
Devin Nelson,
Gavin Fregeau,
Kris Allison,
Matthew Guzdial,
and me, Brendan McLeod. All music for the show is created by Devin Nelson. Find it and more at devindecibel.bandcamp.com. Find a link to their music and any of the games that we've played in the podcast description. Follow us at OathSwornPod on Twitter or at oathswornpodcast.com. If you enjoyed the show, please consider sharing it with a friend or rating us 5 stars on your podcast platform of choice. Until next time.